Your unique story, our global audience. Global One Media.
Hello, and welcome to our series of interviews with decision makers and senior leaders of companies across the board to help you, our viewers, make informed and intelligent investment decisions. I am Munir Barazi, your business analyst and host, and today I am pleased to welcome Will Ralston, the director and CEO of Single Point, a company that is committed to sustainability and displays that by providing renewable energy, eco-friendly, and health-promoting solutions. Single Point is currently listed on the OTCQB as SING. Hello, Will. We're so glad you're joining us today.
Well, I really appreciate you having me on today and look forward to having a discussion about Single Point.
For sure. So for the viewers who are not yet familiar with the company, could you please tell us about Single Point, its unique capabilities, and how it all started?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Single Point really came out of the technology sector, and we were doing some different software development. A lot of the original founders were out of Seattle, which was like the mobile mecca, right? Text messaging and everything else. So, but that's the history of the company, and we wanted to really make foundational changes. So over the last 2 years, we haven't left that. We're really still trying to be on the cutting edge, but we're seriously and have heavily invested in to the renewables space, and we've done that through acquisition. And we've really changed the business model to focus on growth through acquisition. So during that time, and over the last 2 years, we've made these fundamental changes that have, significantly improved the balance sheet. We acquired a great company in Boston Solar. In 2021, we were a sub $1 million company, and here, in 2022, we expect to be over a $20 million revenue company. So, quite honestly, before we could call it, a hope and a dream with the ticker symbol, but over the past 2 years, the management team has done a phenomenal job building a real balance sheet, building a foundation that, I'm truly proud to say that we've transformed the business into a business that's here to stay for the long term and is going to continue to grow. We're going to grow sustainably, and we'll always continue to try to hit those markets of a true growth company and what comes along with those companies deemed as growth companies.
Remarkable. And it seems that you're moving in the right direction. And in the light of those developments, you're currently listed on the OTCQB. Do you have any plans to list on other exchanges?
Yeah, absolutely. It's always a goal of every growing public company. We're fortunate to be a fully reporting filer and have been since 2018. We are on OTCQB and trading and have built that business, and it's exciting. And we will continue to push towards getting to a listed exchange. And it's really been our top priority. It's our conversation. Daily, our team is working towards ensuring that we meet all the requirements and ensuring that once we meet the requirements that we can take the proper steps. There's been just the market headwinds have been tremendous this year, right? And it's slowed down our timing of wanting to do this. Not only do we face headwinds in the market, which are, have ripple effects in terms of how many companies are uplisting and doing IPOs. I think it was one of the slowest years for IPOs in history, and with the least amount of capital deployed. The good news with those things is we've built a really great foundational business. So we know that as our underlying subsidiaries continue to grow, we're only going to get stronger when we move into that position to become listed. Listed exchanges have also had their share of things that they've been trying to work out, internally. I think in October, maybe 2 companies uplisted, the fewest amount. In November, maybe it was 0. It was kind of a pseudo, I don't want to call it a moratorium, but it was a very difficult time as some new rules and some things got figured out. But ultimately, we think that's going to only make the industry better. It's going to help propel companies to further growth. And we're excited to be a part of that. 2023 is already starting out as a hot market. A lot of people are saying it's going to start to turn around here. We hope that to be true. But at the end of the day, we've got foundational businesses that are going to allow us to continue to grow. And we believe that eventually, and rightfully so, those our underlying businesses' value will reflect in our overall market cap of the company.
So indeed, you're focusing on the fundamentals, and that enabled you to do well even in tough market conditions last year. But I want to go back to what you mentioned about your subsidiaries. You do have several subsidiaries. Could you tell us about those companies, their unique positioning in the renewable energy space?
Yeah, and that's what we're proud to be in that renewable energy space and be able to help homeowners, commercial businesses go solar energy storage. But the big transformational acquisition, really the first one out of the gate that we made, was a company called Boston Solar, and their positioning is really unique because they are Boston Solar, right? They're proud partners of the Boston Red Sox. They're over 10 years in the business, hundreds of 5-star Google reviews. And that's really important because, as tough it is to say about the industry, it's not always been on the up and up, especially in the residential space. There's, it's a very interesting dynamic in the industry. So the business has always prided itself on customer service, and it really shows. I mean, our referral rate from customers that we install their systems is off the charts. Again, we're a proud partner of the Boston Red Sox, and in my opinion, we are the leader in Boston. We are Boston Solar, and we're growing that footprint throughout Massachusetts. We intend to grow that footprint throughout the Northeast. And through our acquisition strategy, we're going to continue to set up other markets with similar like companies, acquiring businesses in the space that are number one or number two in their market and really looking for that opportunity to grow. Maybe the founders want an exit or a liquidity event. That's what we're looking to go out and acquire. And through that, there's going to be, that'll be accretive for all the businesses that we acquire. And in that same vein, we'll just go through what we have in that sector, right? In the renewables and energy sector. Energy wise, it's a lead generation company, and it's really simple. We do online leads, YouTube, Facebook, Google. We help provide energy businesses, solar based businesses, homeowners that are looking to go solar. And it really helps us fill the top of the funnel for our own lead generation, right? And we see that as a value add for our businesses to get that kind of full vertical integration. So instead of outsourcing maybe marketing to another agency, we can actually do that internally. But a unique part about that for us as a company is it gives us the opportunity to really work with solar businesses and clients and develop a relationship that give us a unique ability to kind of peer in and make some targeted acquisitions and build that relationship and see, hey, is this a great company that we would want to work with? What would it look like as an acquisition of that company? So that's a really unique opportunity for us to continue to do that. Following that same path, again, with being able to be vertically integrated and handle a customer's entire energy needs, we bought a minority interest in a company out of the Northeast again called Frontline Power Solutions, and they provide wholesale energy to commercial businesses. So a lot of the Northeast and about 13 or 14 other states are what's called a deregulated energy market, which means if you are a licensed energy services company, which Frontline Power is, you can buy wholesale from the utility instead of the companies having to go directly to the utility, and you only have 2 or 3 options maybe, or in some cases, like here in Arizona, I only have one option depending on what city I'm in. So in these markets, we're able to go to our clients and partner with our clients and say, what's your energy need? What's your energy plan? How can we, not just have you buying utility rate energy, but let's go solar. Let's look at that. And we really see it as a great lead generation opportunity for the commercial side of our solar business to be able to partner with our commercial businesses that we're already selling energy to and get, solar systems to help offset their energy storage. But also something that's really cool and super unique is we can actually provide certified green energy. And everybody knows how big an ESG push is right now, right? So you've got the government asking for, hey, if you're going to promote that you're doing all these different things for ESG, you need to report. And part of that reporting is how much green energy do you use? What's developed by a renewable versus what's your traditional energy consumption. So there's again, everything comes back and intertwines with each other to make sure that we drive a full, vertically integrated solution for our customers. And the last one that we joke about it internally as it being our X factor, but I'm serious, and it really is. And the company's called BPA Solutions, and everything else we do is really delivered to provide a better future BPA Solutions provides certified HEPA air purification units that make a difference in your immediate life every single day. We ship a unit out to a school, we ship a unit to a homeowner. As soon as they get that unit, they turn it on and plug it in. It is immediately making an impact on their indoor air quality. And, it's no longer a question as to what the impacts of poor indoor air quality and ventilation are. We know that, right? Everything's coming out about how bad our indoor air quality is. COVID and the whole pandemic really brought out those studies. It really focused, a spotlight on ensuring that we make a better indoor air quality environment for our kids at school, for anywhere we congregate, returning to work, returning to school. So again, that's, a really exciting business because it makes such an impact immediately. But again, it kind of is our X factor, and it's a serious thing because, New York, for example, they bought $70 million worth of air purifiers from one company. We have those opportunities at our fingertips as well. One state order, one government order, one large school district out of Texas or California order, could be just a fundamentally changing order for the business. And we've got a $5 million grant out of California that we're working on fulfilling now. So, those are really the businesses, how we're positioned. There's a lot more detail that can go into that. I mean, there's $121 billion available for K through 12 schools throughout the US. And that doesn't include the billions more that are available for commercial buildings. So we're really focused on schools right now because we see that as just the immediate deployment need as kids are getting back in school. And yeah, those are, some of the tip of the sphere on all the different exciting things we're doing here at Single Point.
It's such a valuable product and offerings that you're delivering to the market, especially when it comes to the air purifiers. You're improving air quality, and I'm sure that would help the children focus better and learn better. Have you heard any stories or received any feedback in that regards?
Yeah, so the studies are coming out. We've seen studies from multiple different well-respected universities, well-respected doctors and scientists saying, hey, there's something here, right? And it makes total sense. Cleaner air, you're not having to fight with allergies, you're not getting as sick. It shows to improve your cognitive ability. There's a study out now that I don't remember which university it's from, but they did two separate rooms. They did a normal, just a room that had air purifiers in it, certified HEPA air purifiers, similar to the ones we provide. And students performed, I believe the number was somewhere around 87% better cognitive scores. Then they put another group of people, or the same group of people, in the advanced clean air room, which is a step above just a plug and play certified HEPA purifier. And it was off the charts. I mean, 125% improvement in cognitive scores. So these things are coming out. We have the anecdotal things of people calling and saying, hey, I plugged your air purifier in and, I no longer have to take Kleenex to my office because my nose isn't running anymore. I mean, there's those anecdotal things, but there's real hard scientific data that shows when you are in a better indoor air quality environment, you feel better, you think better, you have more energy, and you're cleaning the air to help, prevent and hopefully reduce your chances of getting the flu, getting any other some sort of illness. So, we're really excited about that business. There's a huge market opportunity there. And quite honestly, we know that it's not a direct correlation with the renewable side of our business. So in the future, as these two businesses grow, we do see the opportunity to, create a spinoff and a distribution, that we would distribute out to shareholders and create two separate entities so that they can truly focus on their industries. But right now, they do work well hand in hand because ultimately we're creating a better indoor environment. And then through the implementation of renewable energies, we're creating a better outdoor environment, which, for the future is great for all.
That's amazing. And you also offer your OnePoint platform. Could you also tell us about the value it offers to the users?
Yeah, so I think there's a little, so Single Point, right? We've always wanted to be whatever we've been focused on. We want to be the single point of a customer's needs. You come to us and, so let's take our solar business, for example. you're going to come into Boston Solar and want to go and put solar panels on your roof. Well, not only do you have solar panels on your roof now, but through Boston Solar, we're able to do energy storage. So you can create a redundant solution for your home. We've had horrible weather up in the Northeast, plenty of people, millions of people without power. It's freezing cold. We need to have energy storage in every single garage to create basically a virtual system for these homeowners that when the most times of need that their heat can run, they can keep the basics going just to ensure that safety aspect, right? But then, you can also come back and do EV charging, so we're going to handle everything that you would need and your energy needs. But then additionally, we're creating that long-term value. So as the single point that a customer comes through our acquisitions, and as we continue to make more acquisitions, our customers are going to be able to come back to us, and we're going to create that great relationship, which is why customer service is so important to us, because they're going to say, hey, indoor air quality, I want to have this in my house. I want to have this at my kid's school. Oh, well, we worked with Boston Solar. They also made that, they had that other company that they told us about that does indoor air purification. So when we look at a market and we look at our customers' needs within what we supply, we want to make sure that they have the ability and that we can service whatever that might be. And there's lots of products out there that fit right within that to help reduce your energy, improve your energy management needs. So we'll continue to add those products and services so that we can go back to our clients to fulfill on that long-term value proposition for them.
And besides schools and households, who are your potential customers? And do you have any information or projections about the market size and its growth rate?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're really focused on schools and residential, but ultimately, it's really the building that's our customer, right? Because we're coming back, to these facilities and we're putting in these solutions so that affect everybody that come in and use that building. So it's really going to the building and saying, how can we improve the indoor air quality here? How can we improve and offset the energy consumption of this building or of this facility? So at the end of the day, that's really what we look at. And obviously, the building has its own management team and everything else, but we have to work, through that to showcase why there's so much value there. There's just huge catalysts in the market right now. And, the IRA, for example, the Inflation Reduction Act, that extended the tax credits for 10 years, which is a lot more than the 1 to 2 to 3 year extensions we were getting in the solar industry. And it also locked in that they basically start out at 30% and they can go up to a 50%, depending on where the products come from, different things like that. But you now have a 10-year, 30%, tax credit that is available for solar. In the other side of the business, we've got FEMA dollars, ESSER dollars. Like I mentioned, there's 121 billion federally funded dollars that is available for schools and air purification and ventilation. So, while we don't rely on our federal government contracts or the funding that's there, the sheer amount of dollars that is being deployed and how much that makes it a top of mind discussion for the retail consumer, it drives both markets for us. So it's an exciting time to be in renewables. There's a few different channels out there, that have talked about, doing surveys of their clientele, and over 50% of people that they surveyed are interested in, what renewable investments are out there. So I think that we're in the right place at the right time. We've done our team's done a wonderful job of ensuring that there's underlying businesses that can really continue to propel the company forward as Single Point continues to work to achieve, its overarching goals as well.
Those are really important growth drivers. And can you think of other catalysts that investors might be interested to hear about?
Well, every year, and it seems like it just becomes more and more prevalent. We're having these, events in which people are super concerned about their indoor air quality. So that's going to be a catalyst for a long time. We have to breathe. There's no choice. When you go out somewhere, you probably choose to drink filtered water. Well, if we can choose to drink or breathe as much filtered air as we possibly can, and as that becomes more top of mind for everybody, that there is that opportunity, right? We have the choice to go out and ensure that, we can improve the indoor air qualities in our buildings and in the environments that we spend 90% of our time in, to implement these solutions. And right now, the federal dollars are available. The other catalysts are, there's federal grants available for these things. We're, not only do we help supply the units, but our company BPA Solutions actually helps consult and works with our clients and our partners to make the FEMA applications, to submit for the federal grant. So we're not just sitting back waiting, saying, hey, I hope you figure it out. We're going out, and our value proposition and our catalyst and a unique offer there to our clients is saying, here this is, we know how to walk you through to get it. And then once you get it, we're able to help supply the products that will be best for you. But let's create a plan that's going to work for you, because each of these buildings, the buildings being our client, have their own uniqueness to them, right?
That's great. So you are proactive in seeking to deliver value to customers. Well, Director and CEO of SinglePoint, thank you so much for sharing this information. I'm sure it will come in handy to our audience. We look forward to speaking with you again soon.
Absolutely. Really look forward to speaking to you again soon. Thanks for having me on. We're very passionate about what we do here, as you can probably tell. Again, my name is Will Ralston. I'm the CEO of SinglePoint Inc. And thanks again for having us on.
Thank you.